Every pregnancy needs utmost care and attention. But certain pregnancies need a little extra attention. An Rh negative mother carrying an Rh positive baby is at increased risk of complications. BSV is at the forefront to ensure safe delivery in every Rh negative pregnancy.
Okay, then, match number 10 of the World Cup, and we are all excited. Well, of course, it is a special encounter. There are reasons why I'm saying so. Okay, fine, you guys already know it. Unpredictable is attack that really goes well with them. Yes, the West Indies. Defeated the hosts, defeated the defending champions, and now they take on India. With the way the games have turned out so far, it is a no brainer that this one is going to be an intriguing contest as well. Joining me today in the pre show are Brittany and Sonia. Welcome both of you to the show. So, coming to you, Brittany, first. How big a confidence booster it is for the West Indies to have defeated two big teams in their first two matches, especially in the way they've done so?
It's a big confidence going forward in the tournament. Beating the past champions and beating the host New Zealand, and not only just beating them, but the quality of players that New Zealand and England have in their setup, where they have a lot of players who are ranked high in the ODI bowling and batting ranking. It just goes to show that coming into this tournament, no matter where you rank, your team rank or your bowlers or batters rank in prior to the tournament, it doesn't matter because cricket is played on the day.
Of course. And about the toss, India have won the toss and they've elected to bat first. So we're going to see the Indian batters first out in the field there. Your thoughts on that, Brittany?
I was waiting for a
Batting
situation like
first?
this. Yeah, I was waiting for a situation like this. We know in the past, West Indies are not very comfortable chasing the first two games that they played. They batted first and put on a defendable total, and the bowlers and fielders did the job. So I would like to see how West Indies approach chasing a total that Indians in your setup.
Definitely. And as we're going to see the Indian batters first, first of all, the other update is no other changes from either of the teams. There are no changes from either of the teams. Mithali at 3 and Deepti at 4 is what we know for now. But then coming to you, Sonia, we're going to see Harmanpreet Kaur. We saw her in the last game, looked comfortable, scored that 75 runs knock. That would be a great positive for India to take from that game. And she'll have to play an important role today to sort of give that stability to India's middle order.
Yeah, I'm sure she will be roaring in confidence because Harmanpreet Kaur, everyone was waiting to get into form and get into runs, and she's been doing that. Those, especially those hits in the last match, I'm sure everyone would like to see them more in this match. And it will be a great thing because if we all know that what Harman can do on her particular day, we've seen in that 2017 World Cup, and even last match she almost took the game very close. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Of course, coming to West Indies now, the way Stefani Taylor has led the team to close matches, crunch situations. Your thoughts on her captaincy, Brittany? The way just she has handled the pressure and sort of led the team to victory.
I believe that Stefani job have become a lot easier to the fact that a lot of players are now stepping up and taking leadership responsibility. They are not just leaving it for the captain to make decisions. If you look in any pressure situation during those both games, you see at least 3-4 players come together with the captain and you see them discuss, and it just goes to show that everyone on the team is in the game and not just leaving. Okay, well, skip all on you, all pressure on you. Everybody's there and willing to put the effort and share suggestions and opinion to try to win the game.
Your thoughts on Stefani Taylor, Sonia? Two
Oh, she
important games those were for West Indies against. against the defending champions and then against the hosts as well.
She is a brilliant player and a brilliant captain. She's been cool even in those crunch situations, and most precisely, she's rotated her bowlers really very well. That last over for Anisa Mohammed, or even that dot-in over, the field placement. She's done everything right in those last two games. And rightly said by Brittany, as the other players have shared the responsibility. Someone or the other has come and chipped in and contributed. It's no, it's complete a team package we've seen from last two games when it comes to West Indies.
And no changes on either sides means that you have Yastika Bhatia, Shafali Verma is still rested. West Indies, of course, have possibly three spinners, maybe 30 overs of off spin. India have three left-handers in the batting order. Is that a matchup that would be a concern for India heading into this game, Brittany?
I had at least one change left for West Indies. I was hoping that the left leg spinner Afi Fletcher would have been in this game, and would have bowled at least 40 overs of spin to India. That the person I would have rested would have been Alia Allen. Because if you look at the last game, West Indies bowled at least, or used at least 8 bowlers. And most of their bowlers was probably bowled 6 or 7. So they had overs in hand. So my my suggestion that I would have bring in Afi Fletcher and Jap Allen.
Your take on that, especially from the perspective of India, Sonia, because Shafali Verma played the first game of the World Cup and then she was rested. Yastika Bhatia comes in. Of course, she had a decent outing against New Zealand. A good call from India to just continue with her.
Yeah, definitely. Because it even though last match she got out on 28, but the start or the way she looked pretty confident. She definitely, even previously she's been confident. She's playing well. So yeah, I don't think there should be any problem with three off spinners. But yeah, definitely it is a good thing to continue with the three left-handers, or like two left-handers in the opening slot.
A word on Shakira Salman, Brittany, coming in a bit later in the innings. Previously, like at the start of her career, she used to open the bowling. On how the way she's turned to be a bowler who can bowl at every phase of the match. Didn't pick wickets in the last match, but was quite clinical and one of the integral parts of the side.
Yes, a player like Shakira Salman who could bowl any starting in the middle and even bowling in that is a bowler that every captain will want in the team. We've seen Shakira Salman bowling a lot in the middle period because she have now mastered the craft of bowling those slower ball off cutters in the middle where where to accompany the spinners, sometimes you have back-to-back spinners, and when it comes to make that change, Shakira comes on and she take the pace of the ball, and you can see that she's very very mature and very experienced with bowling in the depth.
And of course, Pooja Vastrakar with the bat in the first game, with the ball in the second game, and then a gun fielder, Sonia, just about the basket of skills she brings to the table.
She's converting herself into that very all rounder, I guess, which India was looking for, and I guess she's also enjoying that responsibility, that role she's been given to, and yeah, she is a complete package all rounder for the Indian team now, and I'm sure she will be, under Julian's mentorship, she will be more improving day in and day out. In fact, all the three pacers, when you have a person like Julian, they will definitely keep on improving. And Pooja Vastrakar, the best thing about her was she was able to bowl with the same pace, even though she was bowling those 40 plus overs or 35 plus overs with the old ball or the semi new ball. So yeah, definitely, she's proved that she can bowl anywhere in the match. So it is a big advantage for Mithali.
Of course, coming to you with the same question, Brittany, the way she's been playing. Of course, we earlier talked about the experience of the pace bowlers in the Indian attack. You have only Julian Goswami, and comparatively the other pacers are young, but then she's proving that for the team, coming in with those important wickets that run out and with the bat as well.
It's great to see she's been taking a wicket. We know that Goswami is at the stage where her career is coming to an end, and it's great to see that there are young fast bowlers in the setup who are right there knocking on the door to replace her. And it's good that you look at Pooja. She's a all round player, as you said. She delivers with the ball, she could deliver with the bat, and she's an excellent fielder. So it's good to have a young all rounder who could give you what you need from bowling and batting.
Definitely. This was about the bowling unit of India, the way Pooja Vasrikar has been performing for India. Of course, if we talk about Hayley Matthews with the ball as well, she's been terrific for the West Indies with the bat in the first game also and the second game also, providing the team with quick starts. She'll be determined to just continue that form, and West Indies would be hoping the same from her, Brittany.
Obviously, you want Haley to continue the form she's putting, but we still do need more from her. We would like her to at least try to bat out 50 overs. In the past couple innings, she got some chances that actually went in West Indies' favor. So it goes to show that sometimes in the middle period, where the spinners come out and things get a little so she's tend to get a little frustrated. But you could also see that there are periods where she tends to walk around and find scoring areas. One concern for me is West Indies in the middle period where they are accumulated a lot of dot balls. In the past two games they played, they faced at least 28 to 29 overs in that ball, which is a lot, but they still scored over 200 runs. So it's very clear to see that West Indies can score close to 300 runs.
And we saw that in the last game as well, the openers of West Indies, they provided the team with a solid start against England as well. But coming to the openers of India, Smriti Mandhana, of course, departed early on. There was a pressure of dot balls coming in, and once she departed, even Deepti Sharma couldn't take the innings of the team forward. So it would be a big responsibility on Smriti Mandhana's shoulder as well to just come and sort of play her natural game, and Yastika Bhatia would have to support her for that, Sonia.
Yeah, definitely. Smriti Mandana, but it's kind of those one of those off days for Smriti and even for Dipti last match, because Dipti has been consistent with bat and ball. So I guess today, yeah, definitely Smriti will be looking for runs, and the only thing she can, I guess she'll be doing is just play out her natural game. The way she bats. Definitely, she'll be very. What I can say is like, I won't say cautious, but yeah, she will be, focused on giving a good start compared to the last two matches.
Yeah, definitely. And that would be an important factor for India as well. But in the middle order, that was about the opening slot. In the middle orders, we saw that Mithali Raj and Harmanpreet Kaur initially, when they came, there were a lot of dot balls being played. The strike rate was a concern for India, and it has been the issue for a long now. So how do they address that and the approach of playing against West Indies, who are in a good form right now? Sonia.
Yeah, see, the best thing, or the what we can say, that the thing when Mitali and Harman were playing, they were able to rotate that strike. Because of those first 10 to 15 overs, we could see that there was definitely a issue for strike rate. But after, when Harman and Mithali started rotating the strike on some 104, then it was slowly improving. So this initial, I'm sure they'll be looking to do right from the beginning. They will be, Smriti and Yastika will be definitely going for the start which they always do, or if not the way they play, give that regular start, but definitely a better start compared to the last match.
Your take on that, Brittany? Of course, we've talked that strike rate is a concern in the middle overs, the acceleration of runs, but we also know that the middle order has a lot of experience in Mithali Raj and Harmanpreet Kaur, and they've been in that situations before.
Both teams coming into this game have the same issue, which is basically the amount of dots balls that's been played in the middle. But I'm happy to see that I believe that this battle lineup that India has right now is the battle lineup that they need to go forward with, even though there might be a change between Bhatia and Burma. Matali is have to stay at 3. I believe she's that person to bat through the innings. If the tally give you 70 of 110 or 20, that's good. But I think in the position when she was batting at 4, it I was applying a little pressure on Hammond in terms that Hammond is going to play her normal aggressive game. But when she got dismissed, there's not enough overs left for she Gusha even Puja to come and accelerate, because obviously they will want to give herself a little more time. So Dipti at 4 is exactly where she needs to bat, and Matali at 3. So this batting lineup is exactly what India need to be steady to go forward into the World Cup.
Definitely, that would be the thing for India to see how their batting unit performs today. But because in the both the matches we saw that the tail enders. First of all, in the first match we saw that tail enders, sort of gave that partnership and gave India that good start. Of course, that was about the batting unit. But talking about bowling, we've already had a word about Pooja Vastrikar, but Rajeshwari Gaikwad, considering that West Indies also have quite a few off spinners in their side, and then spinners have been having their say in the World Cup so far. Rajeshwari Gaikwad and her experience would be integral for India, Sonia.
Yeah, definitely. Rajeshwari has been bowling really well, since a long time now. And as I said before that, she just keeps things simple, bowling into stumps, consistency in her line and length. The best thing what she does is varying her flight and the pace of the ball, which makes it a bit difficult for the batter to, come out and hit. It doesn't look that it even though it looks that easy to hit, but it is not actually to step out and hit Rajeshwari Gaikwad, because she has a good control over her line and length. And the most important thing, as I said, is that the flight which she varies is very difficult to play.
Yeah. And West Indies, of course, have had a good outing in both their games so far. And how can we just not talk about Deandra Dottin in the first game, that final over, in the second game, that amazing catch? Just a great player, great asset to have for any team, Brittany.
A great asset, as you said, to have for every team. She's that all-round player. She brings it with the bat, she brings it with the ball, and you see that she could really bring it in the field. The Anja have grown so much, since coming back from her injury, and she now have this joy and passion of wanting to always do well. You've seen the Anja we know from I say about 4 5 years ago to the Deandra now is such a mature Deandra. You see she's thinking about
I guess there's some network issue with that. But continuing the talk with it, India are batting first, of course, and the Indian openers, as we had a talk about it, that Smriti Mandhana, Shafali, because we've seen that she's been producing some impressive performances for India in the first match. Also, she did it. Your thoughts on her, Sonia?
I just couldn't hear you in between. You just lost your voice. Can you
Yeah,
just repeat that question?
yeah. Yes. So as India batting first, of course, we've talked about how the way Smriti Mandhana and Yasnika Bhatia will take India's innings forward. Shafali Verma has been rested for this game as well. She didn't play the last game as well. But then Deepti Sharma also, she's been an integral part of Team India, and then getting those runs coming at number 3. We'll have to see how the way she handles the innings and has shown good form in the recent times. So your thoughts on her?
Yeah, definitely. She is kind of a player who has, adjusted herself, because she is one player. You can tell her to bat at number 5, she'll bat. You tell her to bat at number 3, she can bat. She is one of the best all rounders we have in the team, and she is doing well. Except for that last match, she's been doing pretty well at number 3 position. So I don't think there should be any problem for her.
Brittany, you the kind of flexibility Deepti Sharma brings on the table. How do you put on her innings and her the way she's carried herself so far?
I believe she have to continue carrying herself how she have in the past two games. Numbers number three and number four is a very important position in any team. And you always want to try to bat long and make the rest of the middle order bat around you. Last game she did not perform as well as she wanted to. But you look at the New Zealand series, so I found that she did a really pretty decent job. So just going forward, they would just like to see how she um perform now batting at four.
And as that West Indies are going to bowl first, it will be yet again we're going to see a good contest out there. West Indies bowler did a good job in both their games, restricting to big teams there. Shamilia Cornell picked up 3 wickets in the last game. Brittany, just your thoughts on how Shamilia Cornell bowled her spell against England in the last game, was quite clinical with the ball, and then sort of gave West Indies that space to come back and get the momentum in the game.
We have mentioned in the past that West Indies bowling strength have always been their spinners, and it's great to see that their pace bowlers are now coming to par. Nobody really looked at Shamila Connell's spell, but she didn't start it as best as she wanted to, but she come and bowl really good in the middle, and I must accompany her for that. In the last two games, the teams batting first have won, but there has been 18 wickets the Pacers have taken. So I'm looking to see the Pacers take a lot of wickets in this game. But also the spinners has been doing well. 10 out of the 11 wickets at Hamilton's have been against left-hand orthodox or leg break. So we'll see how it goes.
And in the post-match press conference, Brittany, Anisa Mohammed had said that I'm sure that we have quite a lot of teams to surprise in this tournament. She has a lot of experience by her side as well. So that's going to be an intriguing contest. You already have a big smile on your face. So it's a prediction time. We'll come to you, Sonia, first. How much is India scoring in the first innings, and what's the target going to be like for West Indies?
Definitely, they'll be, gaining to score at least 250 plus, if not less. But surely, I would like to see definitely 270 because, as rightly, we all know how West Indies has been surprising many teams. So, for them, we should definitely get on 260, 270 because then they, most unpredictable team and the way they are playing, we need that 270 mark for sure.
Brittany?
Well, Sonia has set some very, very high standards, but I'm going to take it down a little. I believe that India is going to score between 230 and 240 because of the fact that they haven't really figured out that chemistry in the middle where how to turn those dot balls into scoring runs. And we know how important West Indies spinners in the middle have been in the past couple of games. So it's going to be it's going to be really interesting to know how India try to, as Sonia said, go to that 270, but 230, 240.
230, 240, Brittany, and 270 is what Sonia said. Also about the pick of the bowlers for the West Indies, Brittany. Who is going to shine for West Indies? Just a prediction from your side.
Tonight, I'm going with Henry. Chanel Henry. I believe that she's going to do well at this wicket because West Indies have played matches in New Zealand at Hamilton already. So I'm going to go with Henry and Connell doing really great on top to get those quick wickets.
Chanel Henry, and then Sonia, your take?
On the bowler, West Indies bowler.
Yeah, the pick of the
Yeah,
bowler for the
yeah,
West
I will
Indies.
go with Brittany because Henry has been really bowling well, with the pace she has. Definitely, even for me, she will be the pick of the bowler.
Okay, then we have the predictions from our experts, and it is going to be an interesting match. especially considering the way the games of West Indies have turned so far. We'll conversation in the mid show. You stay tuned to Women's Cricket Zone for all the updates on women's cricket.